Hello and welcome to my stream today. My name is Jason, also known as Dragon11, and today I am back on the hunt for shiny 3-segment Dudunsparce. Now, after last week worked quite well with the outbreak combined with the sandwich, I've got a outbreak set up again today in a fairly similar place to last time. I'll sort of give a look at that in a sec. But, hopefully that should give me a fairly good shiny rate today. So 10 shinies in total, 7 which were Dudunsparce. It was pretty good last week, so hopefully get something similar. So I'm not too sure how well this location compares, because it's on a cliff this time, but well, between a couple of cliffs. It may be better, it may be worse, but I'm sort of got the hang of that method now, so hopefully it should go quite quickly. So once this sandwich kicks in, at that point I'm going to set up a timer this time so I don't forget. Where was it? Yeah. So I don't miss when the sandwich actually ends, which I'm pretty sure I did last time. Half-hour timer. So, I'm a bit bunged up from a cold still, so I streamed Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on Wednesday. I was starting to come down with it. It came out end of last week over the weekend, so I'm sort of getting over the tail end of that now. So apologies if I'm a little bit bunged up and might have to cough or blow my nose at some point. But yeah, as we can see up there is the slope where I was shiny hunting last time for these. So, but in this spot we are right around here. So we've just got this little tucked away corner, which I'm hoping should isolate them quite well. So as we're over the team star base, they don't actually spawn down the bottom. So we've got protection against that down there. The only downside is if we come too far this way, other stuff does start spawning over there, as we just see there, so quite possibly getting some of the same shinies. Would not be surprised if I get a shiny Lechonk today, or Oinkaline. And probably a dealing as well, and I wasn't looking where I was going. Good start. So I'll have to keep an eye out for them just on the off chance. But not really after them specifically. So most of these I can just sort of skirt around here and it should keep me out of range at that point if I come up to this end. So I can just do a quick loop around, despawn these, hope they're not shiny, and come back over here and it should respawn. So they seem to group together quite nicely in this spot, so that can also happen. But I will probably bump into more than a few doing this. I'm probably going a bit fast, to be fair. I could not... Pretty sure that one was underneath me, so that one wasn't fair. I think you might be able to sort of hear that I'm a bit bunged up still, so... Only a fairly mild cold I had, so nothing too major. So I didn't have any time in bed or anything, just a bit run down and bunged up. So yeah, the other issue we've got here is at the top of this cliff where stuff can also spawn, which I'm hoping it doesn't. But basically, if anything spawns up here. Oh, yeah, severe man for the weekend. Yeah, I wasn't feeling well. Basically, if anything spawns up here, I'm just going to ignore it, so I'm not going to bother checking up there every time. Just keep doing loops. So, hopefully get a shiny before long. So, just scale these off, get the reset. Try and look where I'm going. It's going to be a common thing on this one. Tight space. So and this dealing's just going to keep chasing me out there. You can go away. Yeah, oh, come on. Yep, that's going to keep happening. Already off to a good start. I've just kept bumping into them. Yeah, try and despawn these without bumping into them again. So it should be fairly straightforward to despawn them and keep respawning them. So if this works, I should get a decent number of shinies today. Yeah, so I've been doing a bit of shiny hunting off stream, so while I've been ill, I've been back on Legends Arceus. I decided to try and get Cherubi or Cherim out of the way on that, as splitting my attention between those and Unknown was just taking too long to fly from one to the other. So I decided to focus on them, and it took quite a while. It says in the Crimson Marshlands, I think it is, there's only 5 trees where they can spawn, which was where I was hunting for them with Unknown at the same time, which wasn't particularly efficient. But in the Coronet Highlands there was like a dozen or so trees, so that was a lot better for finding them. But still took quite a while to find. So I checked the number of encountered from trees in the Pokédex afterwards, and both of them were up to over 200, so there's over 400 encounters total in order to get the shiny. And I'm pretty sure I got every other Pokemon along the route I was flying shiny in that time, which was basically an entire box full of Pokemon shiny. So I caught quite a few. But I did also catch one new Unknown, so that was another one to cross off the list, so slowly chipping away at that count. So getting there with those. So once I've done the transfers from Pokemon Go to Let's Go, which I still haven't got around to doing yet, that'll be that game done with. This Scarlet and Violet, I've pretty much just got these awkward forms and the starters to breed some more of. So they're almost done, and then Legends Arceus now just has Unknown to find. So definitely getting there. So not too sure what I'll do shiny hunting wise once I'm finished with those. There is a new TCG set out in a couple of weeks' time, so something I'm considering doing is doing a booster hunt sort of thing. You open a booster pack and that sets what your target is. So there's a little in the cliff, isn't there? Might be an issue if stuff starts spawning in the cliff. Yeah, so I might pick up a few booster packs and then not open them while I'm streaming and pick something to hunt from those. So I'm not too sure what I'll do with that yet, so it's just what I'm thinking about, so I don't know if I'll actually do it or not. So that might just be an extra stream I do alongside my normal streams, just to mix it up a bit. So I don't get that many packs of cards anymore. So I've got everything I need for my card decks that I've put together. These are spawning in fairly slowly, which is a little bit annoying. So in this spot, I think I'm far enough away that the stuff over there doesn't spawn and the stuff up the top of the cliff doesn't spawn. So this is like the spot. So I could technically do a sandwich reset here, picnic reset. But that's probably not as interesting as playing Dodgems. See them all disappear into the ground. Anyway, yeah, so not too sure about shiny hunting going forward, so I was hoping Legends ZA would come sooner than it is, but just gotta wait for that now. There's not really much I can do there. And that's pretty much where most of my remaining shinies are probably going to come from. So I think about half of my remaining shinies will probably be found in Legends ZA. Plus any new forms and stuff that they introduce. We have yet to see. On that note, I've actually been thinking about the logo for ZA, because in the logo you've got the Z Zygarde with the black and green hexagon pattern, and then the A is a green and white, sort of almost sort of leaf or scales sort of pattern, and it dawned on me that the green and white is actually the shiny Zygarde colours. So I'm wondering if it is just going to be another form of Zygarde. Possibly has its shiny and non-shiny colours inverted. Or maybe it's just a counterpart for Zygarde. Maybe it'll be something that has its name begin with A. Maybe AB something. I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a new Zygarde, to be honest. So I think the current sort of complete form is like its construct form. So it's because it's the power construct ability. So, or maybe it's the construct is like the name of the form, and maybe we'll get a like defense construct or something like that rather than power. So, and it will have a new ability. Don't know. But, so I do have a feeling there's going to be something to do with Zygarde with that letter and that pattern because of the shiny colouring. So it's not that uncommon for them to mess with shiny colours with the regional forms. So with the Galarian birds, I remember in particular, the shiny Galarian birds, their shiny colouring is the same as the normal colouring of the regular birds. And I think they've done similar things with some of the other regionals, but so they've been a bit more sort of playful with the shiny colouring than the regional forms, I think. But we won't know until we actually get the game, so just purely speculation at this stage. Yeah, so he's spawning a bit. Yeah, so I did also do the final evolutions of the starters, the raid events for those, which they were oddly unbalanced. So you'd sort of expect them to have sort of balanced them a bit better with their move sets and whatnot, but it ended up. So I'm pretty sure Meowscarada was fairly easy, from what I remember. That was the first one. I've done it 3 weeks ago. Skeledoge was really tough. that was a bit of a nasty one. I had to put in Kyogre from my storage for dealing with that without too much trouble, because I didn't really have the patience to fit about doing anything else. So, and this week the Quackleval, that was a bit tricky. It was slow to do, but I had a Slowbro powered up from the previous event, and I just used that with the skill swap. in order to weaken it, and then it was just a case of waiting it out. So once I got the got powered up, I just need to survive a few turns in order to do so. So it wasn't too hard once I got set up. It just took a while, a bit of time. Which, so just slow. Which, yeah, it was just weird how they were very differently balanced for all three of them. So I think in the Alscarada I might have even used my Cerulege that I've got. That I just swapped some moves over for it, seeing as I've already got that powered up. So yeah, it's just weird how they've done that. But we don't know what they're going to be doing next. So still got the 3-colour outbreak event, the red, blue, and green, I think it is. Outbreaks that are going on at the moment. Or is it yellow? What are they? I think it's green. Red. 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 Okay, I'll put blue and... Am I going to have lost it? Green, yeah. It was red, blue, and green. Yeah, so they've got the 3 colours, which was the Pokemon Day celebration tie-in. But yeah, they haven't announced what they're going to be doing next, I don't think, so I've got to wait and see about that. Still hoping for an outbreak of Tandemaus. And what we'll get Terra-wise, hard to say as well. So there's been talk about them doing the version exclusive paradoxes, the Entei and Raikou version ones. I forget what their actual paradox names are. Those and the swords. I cannot remember the names off the top of my head. If I stopped to think about it, I probably could, but like Rising Bolt, something like that. I can't remember. I just remember they've been really annoying because everyone asks them constantly on GTS, and it's just sort of clogged up GTS with those requests, which is annoying. So it would be good to get a few more of those in circulation, so that those requests disappear a bit. Go away, dealing. There's also been, there was speculation when Pokemon Day was about that they might do the box art legendary shiny. So Koraidon and Miraidon in their shiny forms, which is possible, like they done the Rayquaza, but might be a bit too much to do as a raid event, maybe. So, and with ZA not coming out until later in the year now, it might be a bit soon for that. So maybe close to ZA launch, they might do those. As that's sort of been something they've had a habit of doing with the recent games. Closer to the release of the next game, they sort of towards the end of the lifespan of the old ones, they do an event for the shiny cover legends. would be good to get them. So it probably doesn't look like they'll be coming that soon. Yeah, so we'll have to see about that. What else is there? I think the big news from the past week or so has been Pokemon Go, I think, with the Niantic selling their games division to Scopely, which a lot of people are very apprehensive about, because Scopely are a bit notorious for over-monetizing their games. But to be honest, I'm sort of thinking, is that really going to be much worse than what Niantic are already doing? Because they have been quite bad as of late of charging stupid amounts for stupidly little. So they look for any way they can to make a bit of money, and to be honest, I'm not surprised that they're now selling the game side, because they have not been monetizing them well lately. And that's a shiny. So not too bad. How long was that? About 15 minutes or so? Don't run away. Level 17, nice and easy to catch. Switch to the Grammy Ball. So evolve between sandwiches as before. I was wondering when I was setting up the outbreak whether or not I'd get a shiny during that, but if I did, I'd just save the evolution to do on stream. Over the 30 mark on stream now, so hopefully get it before 100. This method does seem to be working relatively well now. So we're going to stick to it. But yeah, so Scopely, I've been criticising Niantic for a while, but they've been charging for silly things and expecting us to pay for things that just aren't needed. And I've been wondering how they've been making money anymore, because some things it's fine if it's worthwhile, like when they've done the like shiny mythicals on a ticket to get them ahead of everyone else. I think that's fine. But when they've done it that you just get a whole load of items that you basically get for free anyhow, and like a mythical that we've already been given, I don't see the point of it. It's like you give us something for free and then expect us to pay for it again. It's like, that doesn't make sense. And a lot of their sort of monetization has been in that vein lately, and it's just really questionable what they're actually thinking. So I'm almost wondering if it's a case of the higher-ups at Niantic telling them to charge for this, that and the other, and the developers, who I'm pretty sure some of them at least are fans of the series and sort of respect the players themselves, but I think others at Niantic don't, and they just want to make some quick money. So I think the developers may be sort of intentionally doing these bad payment schemes so that they can say to the higher-ups that they're doing what they want, but still not expecting players to be charged through the teeth to get stuff we have been getting for free. Which, if that is what's happening, then I have a lot of respect for the developers for pulling something like that. But hard to tell for sure. And even if they were doing it, they probably wouldn't admit to it because they'd probably get in trouble. So they could just be saying, "Oh, we thought it would work better. We thought it'd make more money than that." But yeah. So how different will that be when it goes over to Scopely? Because apparently the development team is staying with the games. So will they still be able to sort of manipulate these sort of events if they are doing that, and sort of direct the charging methods? Excuse me, sorry about that. That's the cold still affecting me a bit. But, yeah, so will Scopely start charging stupidly for the littlest of things? Possibly, because they are known for doing that with some other games. The paywall issue. You get up to a certain point, then have to pay to get further. Will that work with Pokemon Go? Hard to say. Considering how much is already in the game, most people can get the majority of things already. Niantic were already doing that a little bit with like raid passes and energy and stuff as a limiting factor, but to be honest, you could just get them normally, so it wasn't too much of a concern. And how much can they really expect to charge players for a game that they've been playing for this long? Can they really charge them for things they've already got? So I think it's more likely, if anything, things will just continue as they are, and maybe they'll actually put in some more worthwhile charges for things, which may even be an improvement. So certain things I wouldn't mind paying for in the game, but lately I've been hardly spending anything. I will probably get the GoFest ticket, because that will have some useful things in it. Plus increased shiny rates and stuff that you get from it, which I think is fine to pay for. Is a little bit expensive just for a sort of local or sort of global event, so but I think what you get is sort of value, so I don't mind too much. I got the Meloetta, I think it was research a month or so ago, which I'm working through, the shiny Meloetta, now that that's been added to the well, everyone can get one. So I think that would have had more value if Pokemon Company hadn't released Meloetta shiny through Pokemon Home already. So it's sort of, again, it's something that, oh, we've already got this now. So it loses a bit of value because of their timing, so it's still useful to get. So I don't think you can transfer it to Pokemon Home yet, but assuming you get the ability further down the line, I think it'll be a useful thing to get. So I need a second Meloetta at some point, so I can get... Actually, I don't need Meloetta. No, it's Keldeo I need 2 forms of. Probably not as worthwhile then, thinking about it, but it'll be another one for the collection, so... hopefully eventually be able to transfer it off. So if Scopely end up charging stupidly for the game, I'm pretty sure people just stop playing, so they can't kill the game off, so they've got to be a bit careful. So, but to be honest, if they do end up killing the game off, I think Pokemon Go's been going for a decent amount of time now, so I think it'd be a shame to see it go down like that, but if that's what it comes to, that's what it comes to, I guess. So I've been wondering for a while how much more Niantic could realistically add to the game at this point, because they're already catching up with the main series. I mean, they've skipped some of Gen 8 already. They're doing the Gen 9 starter community days without doing the Gen 8 starter community days. So, at what point do they run out of new Pokemon to add? So some Pokemon, they're even adding shiny when they're first added. They're immediately available shiny, which is stupid if you ask me, but it makes more sense to leave it a year or so, and that at least draws it out, but that's not what they've been doing a lot of the time lately. Oh. Someone's almost up. Just had my alarm go off. So, only one shiny from this summage by the looks of it. Could have been better, but isn't terrible, considering the number of sandwiches I've done where I've not got a single shiny. Once this is ended, oh, it's raining now as well. That's fantastic. Just do another quick sweep. Oh, skin turn into it. Oh, that's gonna have ended the sandwich. Alright, oh, no more shinies, looks like. So, I guess I'll just evolve this one I've got. Oh, no. Try and put it in the right place. Quick save. Oh, and remember to... Oh wait, no, I don't need to teach the move. It will learn the move during level up, because this is different. How many do I need? No, not that many. 3? 3. Don't want Ancient Power, don't want Drill Run, don't want Yawn, do want Hyper Drill. Glare. And then it evolves. If I get 3 segments from the first one on the stream, that'll be amazing, but we'll see. Of course I didn't. That's fine. Right, put that back in the box. Save again. And crack out a picnic. Once it loads. Is it gonna load? It's just decided not to... Okay. That was weird. Just decided not to load the picnic when I selected picnic. Right, okay. Creative mode. Try to fill it. Salty and sour, and a silver pick. I might need to start gathering some more ingredients at some point, but for now, this works. So that's going to be a problem. I just immediately dropped the ingredient. Whoops. Yeah, that was an accident. I was trying to go too fast there. Yeah, I should still have time for 3 more sandwiches today. Right now, do this properly. Don't drop the one ingredient I need to put in. Ugh, stupid. Picnic. There we go. Okay, get it right this time. Don't screw it up. Oh, I was jumping the gun again. Saki. No. Sour. Yeah. There we go. Ugh. Stupid. There we go. And the bread still falls off. Fine. I don't think I've ever had a fish fillet sandwich. I've had a fish finger sandwich. Quite nice. With a bit of salad cream in it. It melts the butter a bit on the bread. Start up my timer again. Yeah. To zoom out, and we are off again. Respawn. Don't go too fast, because that ends up with me crashing into them a lot. Yeah, so don't know what will happen with Pokemon Go now, so there's also people saying about Saudi Arabian companies stealing our location data and stuff. Which, well, you never know. I think that's always a risk with a lot of these companies that's selling off information without our permission, or sort of claiming fair use and stuff. I don't know. Don't know what they can really get from it. They can't get through something else. Oop, no, didn't manage to make it through that. Really don't want any of these to be shiny around here. But, all good. So this sort of notch out here seems to be the spot to get them to respawn. Which seems to be working. But yeah, so Pokemon Go, not really sure what's going to happen with that. So how long could it really keep going anyhow? Don't know. So they're cracking through the Gen 9 Pokemon as it is. They're adding horrible mechanics like the Dynamax crap they've been added, which I'm guessing that was just somewhere another higher up thing. We want another way to charge people. We need a new mechanic to add so we can charge them for it. So let's put this Dynamax energy feature in. We can charge them for Dynamax energy. That didn't work. Oh, we'll charge them for these Dynamax mushrooms. Yeah, the fact they're just going through different legendaries on the Dynamax stuff now is just a joke. It's just... They are clearly struggling to get it to work with proper Dynamax mechanics. They're just throwing in legendaries just to try and make it appeal to people, I'm pretty sure. And I haven't bothered doing them in ages. It's been quite a while since I last done a Dynamax battle. So I pick up the odd thing here and there. I think it's worth it, but they just implemented it so badly. I don't think they should have added Dynamax battles to the game at all, or not in this form, not as a separate mechanic. Just integrate them into the current raid battles. So Dynamax battles in Pokemon Sword and Shield and raid battles in Pokemon Go are basically counterparts to one another. Basically two forms of the same thing. So they should have just been done as variations on one another, not completely separate things with whole currencies and all that stuff. That was just so badly implemented. So it's just another thing which why are Niantic doing this? They just don't seem to be making good choices with the game anymore. So are they even trying? And now they're selling it off and it's like, oh, maybe they're not. Yeah, so it's the current event in Pokemon Go. You've got the snapshot encounters with Smeargle. And I saw earlier that I'm not sure if all of them are, but at least my nearest showcase. Showcases I actually don't think are too bad of a system, but I don't think they've really implemented them enough, or sort of effectively enough. Whatever. But my nearest showcase is Smeargle, but in order to get Smeargle at the moment you have to do the snapshot encounters, which is forced camera AR, augmented reality stuff. It's like, I hate having to use that forced AR stuff. I do not see the point in it. That for ages you could just do it just as a regular camera shot, and I just take a photo of like my hand because of the way I was holding my phone. I just take a snapshot of my hand with the Pokemon on it and just superimpose in front of it, and that counted. And that was fine. And then they've made it now that you have to fiddle about doing all the AR stuff to actually get the Pokemon to appear before you can actually take the snapshot. It's just time consuming and it is of no real benefit to me. And why couldn't they not just leave it so that you could turn it on and off? Because you used to. It used to just be a sliding switch at the top of the screen. Turn off the AR camera. Yeah, so it's just they just seem to be adding things for the sake of adding them when they're running out of things to add, and what they're adding isn't good. So when was the last time they actually added something that positively benefited the game? other than just more Pokemon. It's just like drawing a blank. No, I'm drawing a blank. So I dodged the Oinkologne, hit the Dudunsparce. Yeah, so as much as I still enjoy playing Pokemon Go, it's just Niantic have not been managing it well lately. Well, I say lately, it's for quite a while now. They've not been managing it well. So the sale may not actually be such a bad thing. So it might. I mean, they don't change it too much, but if they at least fix the bad things that Niantic have been adding to it and overhaul that in some way, that might at least improve the situation. Of course, it was literally out in front of them. Stupid thing. Yeah, Scopely running Pokemon Go. Let's just see. Could be good, could be bad. Personally, I haven't had the best history with Scopely because the one Scopely game I've ever played was Star Trek Fleet Command, and I only intended to play it for a couple of weeks when I first started. Ended up playing it for a few months. In itself, it's not a bad game. And for the amount that I played it, I didn't actually put any money into it whatsoever. Didn't need to. But that said, I didn't exactly get far in the game, because when I started playing the game, I played it with the intention of joining some... I think it was Rexon's community. I've been watching Rexon, it was just before Christmas, and he was doing a thing where he was giving his editors a bonus by doing this sponsorship with Scopely, with Fleet Command, and any money that was raised by his community achieving certain objectives by playing the game, that gave a certain amount of money that he would put towards, or he'd give to his editors as a Christmas bonus. I thought that was a great idea, so I thought, yeah, so I've got some free time, I'll jump on that and join their community. Turns out I couldn't have done anyhow because it was locked by region, but I didn't actually know that at the time. But when I went to try and change servers, I couldn't at all. Even though you're supposed to... there's a limit on when you can transfer servers. It's supposed to be new players can transfer servers. More experienced players cannot. So, me as a new player should have been able to change server. And I reached the limit point of where I could change server, but couldn't. I just did not get the option. And I then discovered that I was on a new server that had only just been added. And it seems that everyone on that server was locked in place. So, despite new players being supposed to be able to change server, they were stopping it. And it was just causing problems. People just weren't able to play with the people they wanted to. And it was crap. And you ask why, they didn't know. And when I sort of suggested, is this the issue, I eventually managed to get a response from the support, which the support is terrible, by the way. It took me ages to actually work the way through the stupid AI system to actually get someone to actually respond to me, because they tried to use AI to respond to every single question rather than actually putting it through to someone. but it ended up just running around in circles rather than giving an actual answer, or giving an answer to something completely different, which was a mess. I eventually managed to force it to actually speak to someone, started asking about it. They didn't know what was going on. When I sort of pushed the matter, they finally said, "Oh, that's apparently I've just found out that everything's working how it's supposed to," which is basically, okay, yeah, they have locked us into these servers because it's a new server. So great. So in order to progress through the game, I need to level up, but I can't level up if I am stuck on this server and want to change server. So it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. So you either don't get to play with the people you want to play with, if you're joining the game to play with someone specifically, to play with friends or something. If they get put on a different server to you, or if they're already on a different server and you just want to join them, you can't. Because you're on a new server. And it's like, why they locked everyone onto the server like that was stupid. Surely most people would still just stay on whatever server they started on. There'd only be a few people like myself that would want to change server. So why did they change it? Why did they lock us onto it? And I just kept going, just sort of playing a little bit here and there, just to keep checking what was going on, see if I could eventually change server. 3 months it took before they unlocked the server. The stupid thing was, I'd overpowered myself so much at that point. For my level, I was like on a level where I could compete with people like 20 levels above me, because I'd overpowered my stuff so much. I'd found loopholes to the limiting stuff. So, oh, I can't reach there normally. Oh, but if I use this ability, I can get there. Stupid things. I was doing stuff I wasn't supposed to do at the level I was, basically. It's actually not an uncommon thing for me to do in games. But that was rather frustrating either way. So. But yeah, if that's how they sort of treat their players, and their support system was so bad, it's like, if the existing developers, the existing team and everything still stays as it is, it shouldn't be too bad. I think if the people that know what they're doing are left in charge of it and can give them sort of more free reign without having to jump through hoops, maybe, I think the game could even be better than it was before. But there's so many ifs involved at the moment. If this happens, if that, if the other, so it could go either way. So just gotta wait and see. Will Pokemon Go die at the hands of Scopely? Will it flourish and be revitalised? We do not know. I could see either happening. We could just also see just nothing different happen. I think nothing happening is most likely, to be fair. Because I don't know how much Scopely are going to want to mess with something that's already working. So are they just going to be lazy? So the amount of work they've actually put into some of the other things, I would not be surprised if they just left it as it was. So I think they would be stupid if they tried to mess with it too much. But don't know. So but yeah, so that's the sort of biggest news in Pokemon for the past week, I guess. So I keep seeing posts online saying that, oh, bad things are happening. sort of very negative posts and articles about the whole situation. But there is the option for that, but I'm still staying open-minded, so... Oh, excuse me. The cold is still having some effect. Try and shield the mic as best as I can as I cough, but can't get my hand up to mute it quick enough. A little worried this location's screwing me up with the cliff. So they're refreshing fairly quickly, but... So there is the chance of shinies up top. There's not that many spawns up here, there's a handful, but... If they are hitting the shinies there, what shinies I'm missing. And now I've got a Lechonk chasing me, that's great. Dink, dink, dink. That's a funny sound. Right. Anyway. So, what's happening this weekend in Pokemon Go? There's something on. Oh, we got the next community day already? Yep, that's the next community Day Classic. So this coming weekend, which I'll probably go out for a bit, but I don't need them. Actually, is this Community Day Classic? Yeah, I think this Community Day Classic is probably a tie-in for ZA. So I don't think they done... Have they done Chikorita releasing it lately? Cyndaquil? Oh, hold on. What's the dealing? So if Totodile is a tie-in for ZA, seeing as it's one of the starters. So why is Totodile first? I think. I can't remember what they were doing before Christmas. It might just be the next one in order, I'm just forgetting, but... I'll have to check it back. I can't remember what was before. Don't think we've actually had a proper Community Day Classic for a while. Where's my list? I have a list of all my events that I've done. No, we haven't actually... No, it's just a random Totodile by the looks of it. Oh no, they did do Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil. Okay, I think they started doing the Gen 2 starters like a year ago. And they're now getting back to them after doing a whole load of random stuff. Okay, that might be what it is. That's weird. Whatever. And what's equally weird is that I seem to be running out this sandwich without getting a shiny. Which I was really expecting to get more shinies from this. About 6 minutes, yeah. I am genuinely surprised that there aren't more shinies. Maybe sandwich resetting is the way to go. Or picnic resetting. I need to stop calling it sandwich resetting, I always do that. But yeah, I was expecting to get at least 1 or 2 shinies from each thing with this method, but this one doesn't seem paying off. Rather annoying. It went so well last time and now I'm just not getting anything. So this spot I'm not surprised, I wouldn't be surprised if I'd miss some of the other spawns that are around the place like those, but plus I've got the ones at the top of the cliff. So missing those is one thing, but not getting as many shinies overall does seem odd. But looks like what's happening. Until I get a last minute shiny here, which how quickly would they respawn from a picnic reset? So this corner on the cliff probably isn't a bad location to do it. Is this sound just coming to an end anyhow? No, can't do it that close to the cliff. Can do it that close. Just a couple of steps further. So would this be quicker or not? So I have to keep looking around. Probably not as easy to spot the shinies from a distance. Especially when they've got the back to me, but let's try a few of these just to test it out. See what happens. Pack up. Didn't want to pack up the picnic there. And then we get shiny. That's okay, that works. Oh, come back here, come back, come back. There we go. Quick full swipe and throw. Maybe picnic is the way to go in this spot. So I always got to sort of adjust the strategy for different locations. So maybe because of the cliff, a sandwich might be better. Picnic reset might be better. No, that's the wrong button. Just under 3 minutes left. See if I can get another one doing that. Picnic. Reset. That's far enough. This is the strat for this spot. That will be handy to know. Move back a bit. So these do seem to spawn back in fairly quickly, so it might actually be quicker than scaring them off. So when I was on the slope, we had stuff spawning around me. I couldn't really block myself off behind, but with this cliff behind me, with the Team Star base at the bottom, there's nothing spawning down there. So I don't have to worry about that. So this seems to be actually resetting quite quick. And no stray spawns up the top of the cliff, that might be quicker. Still spawning in. Let's try this just until the sandwich ends. If this works, it might just be the way to go. So now I don't have to worry about other things. Well, maybe I should have just been doing this from the start. Probably not as interesting to watch, but it finds the shinies, it does the trick. I have to make sure I don't miss them when I can't see the blue. Fidget in the chair. My alarm just went off to tell me the sandwich is about to end. I was actually keeping track of it this time. One shiny's not terrible, so the way my old shiny hunts have been going, it's probably still above the rate I was getting on that. It's probably about to end now, so be evolving that Dudunsparce and crack another sandwich. Yeah, that's just finished. I could still get a shiny just doing this, because it's still the outbreak odds. Let's just crack a save and quickly evolve that one I just got. Back. So many candies. Don't need Ancient Power, don't need Drill Run, don't need Yawn, do need Hyper Drill. Will this be a 3-segment? Nah. Oh. It's funny, some of these I get some quite interesting marks on them as well. So I'll go through to check for marks afterwards. Got some quite rare marks on some. I'll check them after stream. Right, save. I might just try doing the picnic reset for this sandwich from the start. So I only done it right at the end and got a shiny from it. Okay. Yeah, it does seem to be the way to go, so speed up the process. At least with this location. Slowly burning through the Herb Mystica. Don't drop the steep fried fillet. Actually, I assume it is. I was talking about it earlier as if it was a fish fillet, which I assume it is. I assume it's just fried fish, but it could be a chicken fillet. Doesn't actually specify. Maybe the Japanese makes it clearer. But just fried fillet could be one of anything, one of several things. Just odd observation. Just thought Yeah, so correct that summon on. So not entirely sure what I'm going to do when I do actually get the 3 segment. Nice and easy being able to stay in the same place. Can I move a bit closer to the cliff, or do I not need? I probably don't need to move closer to the cliff. I'll just see if I can edge back a little bit. I can actually just go into the corner and work my way out, can't I? And that's actually already far enough. Nice spot here. My full party of shinies that I've been using before now. In the team. Yeah. So this probably isn't going to be as interesting to watch, but probably less collisions. Hopefully get a few more shinies this way. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what I'll do shiny hunt wise when I do get the 3 segment. So I've got the Maushold family of 3 to get as well, but that is definitely going to be a much slower hunt. Unless I get really lucky, which I doubt I will. So I'm hoping that does come about as a event outbreak at some point. Maybe even they'll do it as a terror raid. Sort of boosted shiny chance terror raid for Maushold with both forms appearing. You might be able to find one through that. Which will probably take a bit of time, but it'll probably be better than hunting for it normally, to be fair, so it's what it is. But after that, there's not really much I really can hunt for at the moment without just it being breeding, which... No, I may do a breeding stream at some point, I'm not entirely sure. It's maybe on Sword and Shield I might do a breeding stream, because that's a bit more interesting, because you're actively swapping eggs over, but it's not the most interesting thing to do on stream, I don't think. So I quite easily could, but I think I need a good reason to do it on stream, to be honest. I'll quite happily do that sort of thing off stream. So it's just like the Shiny Unknown hunts, so I just don't think it'll be as interesting. So even this, I'm sort of a bit dubious as to whether or not I really want to stream it, but as I've started now, I might as well finish. So just keeping going on that. So the other shiny hunts I've been doing before, when I was searching for several different Pokemon in a single stream and getting them, that wasn't too bad. So that was varied. This is just the same Pokemon continuously. But was it 7 streams now? I don't think how long I've been doing this for. Not the YouTube videos. I've been numbering them on the YouTube. Actually, I've probably been numbering them in my VODs on Twitch, because I adjust all the titles and descriptions and stuff in there before I upload it to YouTube. My last one was day 6, so this is day 7. So welcome to day 7 of Shiny Hunting for Dudunsparce. 3 segment Dudunsparce. But no. Maybe I should start introducing them like that at the start. So next time will be day 8. They're not really full days, it's just the shiny hunting I do from on that day. So 2 to 3 hours. So I should have a couple more sandwiches left in me. Well, one more after this one probably. Hopefully get a few more shinies. So 7 Dudunsparce last time was pretty good. So I would have liked to be around there today, but I have a feeling the location may have worked against me at first until I found this picnic reset was probably the better option. But we'll see. So if one option is, once I've done with this shiny hunt, is just to swap over to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 twice a week, which I honestly wouldn't mind. So if I can still give updates on my off-stream shiny hunting. So I might just do those as videos that I just record off stream, just to give progress updates from time to time. Don't really know. So with the Switch 2, so news coming in a couple of weeks now, so that should give me a better time frame as to when more games will come out, probably a better idea as to what games will come out. So I'll update my plans properly then. So I'm just sort of playing filler at the moment a bit until I work out what I want to do. So Xenoblade is something I really wanted to get on with, so I've been procrastinating about that for so long. Like 3 years I've had the game for and not played it. Wanted to play it, just really bad timing every time. But I've been following the Xenoblade stuff since it was first released over here. So when it first released, there was the whole Project Rainfall stuff surrounding it, because it originally only released in Japan. Then a campaign was started to get it released. I think the focus was America. They wanted it released, along with 2 other games, Pandora's Tower and the Last Story, I think it was. So I think there was the campaign for the 3 of those to be released outside of Japan, mainly sort of American driven. But around the time that campaign started, it was the Xenoblade Chronicles was actually released in the UK, so, or Europe at least. And it released in America later, so just a weird one, but I think that's partly why a lot of the characters have British voice actors, so because the localization team was British originally, and they just stuck with that for the sequels. But, yeah, so I got Xenoblade Chronicles then, played it through, played through it again to do the New Game Plus on the few times I've done that. When the Operation Rainfall Project, whatever it was called, whenever that campaign paid off and the other 2 were released, I got them as well. I enjoyed playing those. So different. So, but different isn't necessarily bad, so I quite enjoyed them. So both Pandora's Tower and the last story. If it wasn't for that campaign, I probably wouldn't even known about them. But as they were sort of put on the same table as Xenoblade Chronicles, I was like, oh, if they're sort of on that sort of level, and I enjoyed Xenoblade Chronicles, I'll try them as well. I'm glad I did. Excuse me. Yeah, so we eventually got Xenoblade Chronicles X, I think was the next one after that, on the Wii U, which I got, played a lot. I had done pretty much everything I could without an absurd amount of grinding or playing online, because I couldn't really play online at that point. But, excuse me. But, it's not a shiny over there, is it? No. No. Just waiting for it to move around so I can see the blue. I could only see yellow on it. But, yeah, so Xenoblade Chronicles 2, X I played a ton. So I loved the game. So it was just a bit annoying that I couldn't do everything by myself on it. I had to... Well, if I did, it would have taken so long that I just couldn't. If I had other people to play it with, it probably would have been a lot easier, but... So online was not good for me at the time. With fairly basic internet. And I think by the time we did get good internet, hardly anyone was playing the game anymore, so... I think I went on to do an online event. It was like one of the sort of rerun ones that had been done before. And, couldn't find anyone to play with, so there was no one online doing sort of public sort of lobby battles on it, and so I couldn't do it by myself, so I was screwed. So I could not do anything. So it's just unfortunate timing there. So Xenoblade Chronicles 2 eventually came out on the Switch, and played that a lot. So that had the blade collectible element to it, where you could collect all the different blades and stuff, and rare blades and whatnot. And I spent so long powering them up and collecting all of them that I didn't realise I couldn't actually do it on the first playthrough. You carry I'm pretty sure you carry them over to a New Game Plus, but I spent so long working on it only to discover that I needed the New Game Plus to do it. That I was just like... I spent so long on it, I was still playing it when Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out. And that's why I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 3 until now. Because I didn't want to start playing that until I finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I spent so long playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. By the time I was finished with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were released, because they were released the same year as Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So, I never actually got around to playing the DLC of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't think I've even bought the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as a result, because I don't know if I'm ever going to actually get around to playing it. I might do, I might not do. We'll have to see. But, from what I could tell from the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 stuff, the DLC story doesn't add a huge amount to the overarching plotline from all the games, so it's just more sort of character development, character building for the characters in that specific game, which I'm sure is great, but it doesn't really get in my way of enjoying the series as a whole. And I'm kind of hoping that the sort of remastered version of Xenoblade Chronicles X, because that's got some new quests being added to it, some new storylines being added to it, I'm hoping that's more of the same. And I'm probably going to have to look up what Xenoblade Chronicles 3's DLC storyline is. I've been assuming it's the same, but I haven't actually checked. But I may... I don't want to spoil myself with that until I've finished the main game. So if it does sort of have a follow-on from the story, and sort of looking it up, I get spoiled of the main story, I don't want that to happen, so... I'll wait until I finish the main game before I look into that. But I'm hoping Xenoblade Chronicles X's post-story is the same. And just character building and stuff. Because I don't mind missing out on that too much if it's just character building. So I could quite happily watch someone else play through it just to get the story elements of it at that point. So I might play through it at some point. Be nice to have the option, but I'm not in a hurry to do it. That was like the when I played Batman Arkham City, the DLC stories from that. I think I've done all of them off stream because they were just side stories. They weren't part of the main game, so I didn't really mind doing them separately. It was nice to do them, but it didn't really add much to the main story. And it's the main story I'm more interested in. Oh, this is actually going quite slow today. I wonder if I didn't set up the outbreak properly. I could have sworn it said not many left of this outbreak. Although I may not have been paying full attention when I was doing it. So I may have messed it up. Not entirely sure. That may be on me. That may be on me. I thought I did do it. I'm pretty sure I done it right. So I think I'm just getting unlucky today. Yeah, so I'll be continuing my Xenoblade Chronicles 3 playthrough for the time being. So if I run out of things to do before the Switch 2 releases, shiny hunt wise, I may move it, I may start doing it 2 days a week, try and plough through as much of it as I can before the Switch 2 releases. Because otherwise I may just forget about it again. If I get distracted by a new game, I might just forget about it. I don't want to do that, I want to finish the game. I want to get the game played. So currently the plan is to just do the main story on stream and then just do side quests and stuff off stream, just to keep the pacing going better. So after last week's stream I did play it for another hour or two. Just cleared out the areas I'd been to, a few extra side quests, and fought a few enemies to sort of get a bit more of a hang of the combat and stuff. Probably talk about that a bit more on stream on Wednesday when I continue the game. But I'm already enjoying the game, enjoying playing it, so it's much like the previous Xenoblade games. But so far I've been sort of stuck in tutorial stuff, so it has been a little bit slow to get started, but so I wasn't feeling too well anyhow, so just taking it slow to start with wasn't a bad idea. So I did debate not playing it at all, so I very nearly delayed it till Thursday, but then I was even more ill on Thursday, so it wouldn't have done any good. So I would have ended up not playing it until this week. Unless I played it the weekend. So I could have played it on... Well, I was still on Saturday, wasn't I? So but, yeah, I probably would have not just played it until this week. But, I did go out on Sunday to do the Catch Mastery event for a bit. So just a couple of hours out doing that, which I'd already done a lot of it just sitting at home, so it's not hard to do. It's just finding enough like Omnite and Kabuto. They were kind of slow spawning at the house. I got a couple of shiny Archon from it, which I just completed the tasks mainly. I actually got some research tasks that I haven't cleared out yet. I should probably check into that. Yeah, I should probably double check that. I could still have some shinies waiting to be collected. Just haven't checked them. Excuse me again. Yeah, I didn't get any Omnite or Kabuto, which I thought was a little bit odd because they were supposed to be boosted shiny rates as well, but when Niantic say boosted shiny rates, that doesn't really mean much. So all the Archon I got were, I think you have boosted shiny rates from research tasks anyhow, so I think it was probably the combination of the two boosts that allowed me to get them. The base boost they done from the event probably wasn't enough. Did get a shiny Galarian Articuno while I was out as well though, so that was a good one. I was very happy to get that. And I got another Bruxish. Oh no, that was just after I got home. It wasn't while I was out. I literally got home, opened the app and... Oh, there's a Bruxish, see what it is. Oh, shiny. My second one. Second shiny Bruxish from the current Colours event. Festival of Colours. I find Niantic's PR for Pokemon Go events on social media absolutely stupid, because I never see events before they start. I see them either when they're already like halfway through or when they've ended. So I'll get a notification for an event that's already ended. It's like, really? You've now decided to pop this up in my feed. It's like literally they post it, and I check the date when they post it, and they post it during the event. And by the time it actually gets fed through to my feed, the event's ended. So it's... They need to put them up earlier to actually get people to see them. Plus the other day I got one, I think it was over the weekend. So I saw, oh, there's a Pokemon Go post, it's probably about the Catch Mastery event I've just done. It was last night when I got back. And I thought, oh, it's probably about the Catch Mastery event. Nope, it was for the Colours event that had already started like, several days earlier. But the main feature of it on that post was the Pikachu, which is exclusive to India. And it's like, well, that is absolutely pointless for you to tell me about that. It's just like, why tell me about this feature of the event with a Pokemon that isn't available in this region? Absolutely stupid. So, there was another event, I think it was at Christmas. They'd done a social media post to advertise the Christmas event. Problem was it New Year? It was the New Year event, that's what it was. The New Year event, they'd done a social media post with a picture showing all the Pokemon that were featured in the event. Problem was, it wasn't. It was the previous year's Pokemon. Just completely got the wrong image. And it's like, how are they failing that badly at social media stuff? And just all the comments were just people making fun of that. And it's just like, so that's just another thing with Niantic not really doing too well at the moment. So just not really putting the work in to actually get people playing the game, which is a shame. So I actually know of quite a few people who actually are interested in starting to play the game, because it sort of comes and goes in waves, and I think we're sort of ready for the next wave of people to start playing the game, but it's just not there. There just isn't. The game just isn't drawing people in like it used to. They're just not doing enough to do it. I think they're trying to appeal to the people that are already playing the game, but we're already playing the game. You don't need to appeal to us that much. And they're just sort of forgetting about other people. They just don't seem to be putting the priorities in the right place, but anyway. Yeah, so over the weekend I was supposed to be doing some gaming with my friends as well on Sunday last night. But I have no idea what happened with that. I'd been messaging them. I thought we'd agreed to play last night, and there's the Steam sale on, so I thought we were going to be getting some new games to play. So when the Steam sale started, I messaged the group, our little group chat. Messaged our little group chat saying, okay, what games do we want to get? Are we still up for Sunday? Nothing. Not a single response. I sort of gave it a day, so this was like Thursday I posted that, so I think I waited till Saturday morning, or lunchtime sort of thing. Like, okay, I'll message them now, maybe they're busy with work and stuff. Maybe they'll be free to sort of discuss it now. Put another post up, sort of saying, do you guys want to make some decisions about games, sort of thing? And nothing. Still nothing whatsoever. So then yesterday, sort of mid-afternoon, just before I went out to play the Pokemon Go event, I sort of left a quick message saying, I'm going to be about tonight if you want to do gaming. We could do with sorting some games out. And still nothing. And it came to the time when we usually start playing, and one of them posted saying, sorry, he was busy. Fair enough. Excuse me. So, he's the one who doesn't really pay attention to when we're actually planning stuff most of the time anyhow. So it's a potluck whether or not he's free. The other two that I thought we'd sort of made the plans with, thought one of them I definitely said yesterday too, and he'd agreed to it. I thought. No response whatsoever. What was also weird was that they were both appearing online on Discord. So one of them was just appearing online after I'd sort of post the messages, and he'd appear online seemingly having got the notification for them and looked at them but not responded. I don't know why. It's just a lack of response is not something I can work with. And I think this sandwich is about to end without me getting a single shiny, which is rather annoying. Yes. Unless I get one in the last minute again, which I would not be surprised by. I've done it before. This might just be a reset to get the ingredients back. Oh, there's shiny. Last minute shiny again. Oh, I knew it. Don't run away, you oh. Yeah, come back here, I whistled for you. I pressed the control stick, which is what I do in Red and Zarkius to dash. So wow, that done huge damage. Hello? Oh. Guess I won't be resetting to get the ingredients back after, but still sticking at the one shiny per sandwich rate, which is a little low, unfortunately. I would like to pick it up for the last one. Oh, and the sandwich has ended. Right, well, guess I evolve this one. Excuse me. Drop a quick save. Wait, that's another shiny. I just saw that through the menu. Okay, I've got two shinies to evolve. Oh crap. Didn't think that one through. Okay, that works. Okay. Okay. I just saw it through the menu as I was doing that. It's just the translucent of the menu. Well, I'm not sure if I can count that as being in the second in the third sandwich. Anyone else want to do that? Just a random shiny one to spawn as I'm about to evolve one. That was funny. It'd be funny if that ends up being a shiny. So just the translucency of the menu I spotted here. Alright, do the first one first. Drill run, yawn, hyper drill. I wasn't really paying attention to what move I deleted, but whatever. Looks like 2 segments. I swear if this one ends up being a 3 segment, that's going to be hilarious. Ancient power, drill run, yawn, and hyper drill. Just got a notification on my phone. Someone's knocking stuff out of gyms in Pokemon Go. That's fantastic. Every so often you seem to get someone just go nuts, just knocking down everything in sight on Pokemon Go. And that's still a 2 segment. Oh well. Oh, that was still a funny encounter. Well, I should have time for one more sandwich. Should run me out to the end quite nicely. Try and get a decent spot for the picnic. Alright. We've got about half an hour left before I need to finish, so this will be fine. Getting one in the last minute, and then getting one as soon as it finishes. It's like it's taunting me. Getting that one sour, oddly. I can do the bitter spicy sandwiches I was doing before. There's another option. So the sweet ones I've been using for breeding. managed to mute my mic that time before I need to cough. Had a sip of drink as well while I was at it. Dum, 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 dum. Right. Try and pick up the pace a bit of this last sandwich. If I can get 3 from this one sandwich, that'll at least match my last one for Dudunsparce at least. I'm not going for the other spawns, so basically ignore them. So I think this sandwich reset does seem to be the better way to go. So if I keep that up, that should work. Anyway, yeah, so I was saying about my friend, so it's just really hard to organise. They just go through phases of just not responding. So they seem to get the messages, they just don't respond to them. So there's an element of being busy, but how long does it take to just say, I'm busy, sort of thing, just to let me know that, okay, they can't do it. So I was sitting around last night, because I didn't know, just sort of waiting to see if anyone came on. And to be honest, before now, I have waited, and they have come on, when they haven't messaged me beforehand. They just don't keep track of what is actually happening. But we've still got a few more days left of the sale, the Steam sale. So they were the ones who were saying about getting some new games to play, so if we want to get them, might as well get them on sale. So get them while their sale is on, and I think we've got until the 20th. Well, I think it's like the morning of the 20th, so really wanting to get them bought on like the day before at the latest. But, yeah, if they don't actually discuss what they actually want to get, don't really know what we're doing. I've been... One of them, last time we played, just up and bought one of the games without discussing it with any of us. He's like, oh yeah, let's play that, and just bought it. And we're like, oh, we playing that then? Oh, well, we haven't bought them. It would take too long for us to download it now. You just expect us to just buy it and play it on the spot then. And I think I just said about the sale coming up, so... But he jumped the gun. Would have been nice to get something new. So I think our current one we're discussing is Phasmophobia. That's the one he just went up and bought. But I've been struggling to actually find stuff, so sort of no one's sort of suggesting anything. So I came up with a load of suggestions that I've seen people streaming before now that have been popular ones and look like they'd be fun for us to play. So I've suggested them. So we've got... So there's the Phasmophobia was one I'd suggested, and one of them jumped on that and just bought it. And one of the others sort of... Or actually a couple of them have sort of said that they're sort of interested in playing one of the Escape the Backrooms games. Backrooms Escape Together, I think it was. That one. So there's a handful of different Backrooms Escape games. I think that was the one we'd sort of focused in on for us to play. So popular one at the moment is the repo, which is, I've seen people referring to as a company-like, which I still find funny that people refer to it as a company-like. It means Lethal Company has basically become a genre in itself, which is sort of goes to show how good it was. So it was just so different that it's become its own genre. So we've had Lethal Company Content Warning, I think it was the next sort of main one, then Headliners is sort of as well, and now Repo is a lot more sort of Lethal Company-like. But wouldn't mind having to go at Reaper at some point, but just don't have a group to play it with, so my friends are getting bored of Lethal Company, and so I doubt they'll be interested in playing another game that's very similar to it. So Phasmophobia is a little bit similar, but not really, because it's more puzzle stuff rather than collecting. So I think they're more interested in the jump scares of Phasmophobia. It's funny that the one who wanted to play Phasmophobia the most was the one who was complaining about always being scared and being killed by the monsters in Lethal Company. It's like, well, that's just going to happen in Phasmophobia. Yeah. Hopefully he'll get back to me and we'll get that sorted at some point, so don't know when we'll be able to play again, but well, it might even be this weekend. Got a raid day on the Sunday, but so Sundays are usually our best day to game, because Saturdays or Sundays really. But most of the others tend to, I think they sometimes do things on the Saturday, so they're more likely to have the Sunday free. And they wouldn't have been at work during the day, so weekends are easier because you can get stuff sorted early and then get on and start playing earlier as a result, so you don't have to get home from work and sort of relax a bit before getting on to playing games. Which with those sorts of games you probably do want a bit of a wind down period. So I'm obviously not working at the moment, so it's not really an issue for me. But I'd sort of cool down after work by going out to play Pokemon Go for a bit, so an hour or so before coming home. So that was my chill out time. So that's why I end up getting into the habit of playing Pokemon Go in the evenings. I still do that most days, unless I have a reason to go out during the afternoon. Or earlier, so for the big events I will go out in the morning. It starts at like 10. So things like the Catch Mastery, I was not in a hurry to go out for, so I didn't go out till like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. About 4 o'clock I think I went out in the end. One of that's back to me, I keep debating, is that... Can I see any blue on that? Like, yes, I am seeing blue on that. Hopefully get a couple more shinies. Yeah, I've been meaning to ask my friends if they are up for me sort of posting my... So I've been doing edits of some of our gameplay sessions just sort of highlights, just for our own memories, really. But no one's been watching them, well, I don't know if they. I think one of them says he's got it blocked so he doesn't actually show when he's watched something, which is really annoying. So I can't tell if he's watched them or not. And I think some people said they had watched them, and they proved they had watched them because they sort of referenced stuff I'd put in the videos that they wouldn't have seen while we were playing. And yet, I only had like a view count of 1 sort of thing on them. It's like, okay, so apparently all 3 of them have watched this, or at least 3 of them have watched this at least once, and yet it's not showing on YouTube as having been watched that many times. So, God knows what's happening there. Maybe YouTube doesn't count it if you watch it in a certain way or something. Maybe if you watch it on mobile, it doesn't count it properly. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean to ask them if they want me to, if they're okay with me making it public, those videos. So I don't want to sort of post anything therein without their permission, in case they. So a couple of times they've sort of said or done things that probably not the most appropriate and might be a bit questionable, so excuse me. They may not want publicly visible, but it's nothing too bad, so it should be fine. But I just want to double check with them first in case they are picky about that sort of thing. So people might enjoy watching them, those sort of highlight videos I've done. May not. Sometimes we just end up with sort of nonsense sections. Like one of them the other day, I finally got around to editing our last gameplay session with golf with your friends. And one of them started talking about eating under 8s. And the rest of us were just laughing and just sort of pointing out that he was saying something wrong, but he wasn't picking up on the fact that he was saying something wrong. Is that, I do like a good under 8. I do like a good under 8. They're very tasty. Sort of things. It's like, stop saying that. He just kept going. I think he was saying that for like 10 minutes before we finally managed to point out to him that it's after 8, not under 8. One of the others made the comment, to be honest, at this point, I'm not sure if he's saying under 8 or underage. It's just like, oh dear. I mean, some of the things I was saying at times probably were kind of innuendo-ish, but it's like getting in the hole and various hole-related comments. But yeah, so we have a laugh while playing those games. So maybe people enjoy watching them. But as it is, I've got them all listed privately, so well, unlisted, so you can only see them if you've got the link. Lighting sometimes just throws me off. I see shadow and I think, is that pink? And no, it's shadow. I don't actually set the time for this last segment, but as I'm finishing at 1:30 anyhow, it's going to work out roughly then. Kind of like the next shiny to come soon, no, not in the last minute again. That was bizarre. 4 isn't bad. I would like 5 or even 6. 7 would match last time. So excuse me again. Throat's not 100%, so I had a bit of a sore throat when I streamed last Wednesday, and I wasn't talking too much during that because it was mostly cutscenes and tutorials. I am talking a bit more now and starting to feel the throat again. Every time I cough it sort of flares up, so it feels a pang from the sore throat every time I cough. But I'm feeling fine myself now anyhow, so it's fine. Yeah. So what are my plans for this next week? As I'm sort of getting towards the end of the stream, probably be a good idea to sort of start thinking about that. So I don't think I've really got anything planned for tomorrow, so I'll just probably be sorting stuff out around the house. Wednesday I'll be streaming Xenoblade Chronicles 3 again. Trying to crack on with the story properly this time. Now that I believe I've passed most of the tutorial stuff. I think I've still got a little bit left to do. But I think I'm done with the basics at least. Thursday I'll be going out in the evening, so I'll probably just be sorting stuff out during the day before that. So I've actually ordered some more magic cards for Modern, which is what we're playing on Thursday. Magic. I ordered them like a week and a half ago and they still haven't come, which is a little bit concerning. So I would have liked to have got them. I was expecting them to come last week, but they still haven't come. So, a bit annoying because I would like to use them. So Modern is probably going to be getting a bit more of a focus at the shop going forward because they're moving on to the Modern RCQ season next. So they'll be doing Modern every week rather than every other week as they're doing it now, and swapping Standard to every other week. At least that was what the original plan was, so they might change that depending on popularity of the formats. Yeah, so playing Modern on Thursday. See how many people turn up for that. So last time we played, I think we only had like 4 of us, which was rather slow. Although a few people didn't turn up because they were ill and stuff, so it's not the most surprising. Last week, our Friday night standard event didn't actually fire. There was only 3 of us turned up. But we knew a lot of them were away at a big event in Utrecht over the weekend, so they had already left for that. So, wasn't surprising. I wasn't feeling too well anyhow. So, I just hung around and had a bit of a chat for a bit and then headed home. So, it wasn't too late, so I could get a bit more rest. But so we've got a stand again this Friday, so I don't know how many people we'll get for that. So our numbers have been dropping. I think popularity in the formats is waning a bit again. Every time the format seems to be picking up, and then the meta changes and everything falls apart again, people don't like playing again. So we had a couple of sets where it was good, and then the format got sort of solved and nothing sort of changed. If the format's constantly changing, it's not too bad. So the sort of really solve the format, and it's constantly new decks coming in and out, so it's a lot more interesting. But when you're just facing the same decks over and over again, it does get rather boring. So I've got my own brew, so I can play around with the deck as much as I want to keep it interesting. So I'm constantly trying to work out ways to solve the sort of how to deal with the top decks of the meta. But with the format as it is at the moment, that's not particularly easy, because you've got 3 very different decks at the top of the format, and they're all sort of a rock, paper, scissors sort of situation going on. So you might be able to beat one, but then you've got the other 2 to deal with, assuming you're not one of the 3 yourself. If you are one of the 3, here's a rock, paper, scissors. So we'll have the spoilers for the next set, the Dragonstorm, whatever it is. So Tarkir set. Dragonstorm? Tarkir Dragonstorm, maybe? I don't know. Can't remember the name, but something like that. It's going to have a lot of dragons in it. The spoilers for that will be starting tomorrow. So that might mix up the format a bit, make it more interesting. Anyway, yeah, so I'll just be sort of sorting decks out during the day, sort of Thursday and Friday, before going into town to play those in the evening. Need to sort out Mother's Day stuff as well. That's coming up at the end of the month. I know it's different in different countries. In the UK, it's the end of March. So I've seen a couple of cards I was sort of tempted by, but couldn't quite decide on when I saw them before. So I'll probably go back and pick one. Need to sort out gifts. I usually get my mum something Mother's Day. So this year it might just be some jigsaws, because she likes her jigsaws. But yeah, I'll probably be doing that Thursday and Friday. Then the weekend we've got the Totodile Community Day Classic on the Saturday in Pokemon Go, and then Mega Absol Raid Day on the Sunday. So I'll be busy with them. How much I actually go out for them, I don't know. So Totodile I've already got, Mega Absol I've already got, Shiny Absol I've already got, so I may just do them locally, I may go into town for them, I'm not too sure. So I may end up doing gaming with my friends on the Sunday, if they actually end up responding to me at any point. So, usually it's just one of them at a time just doesn't respond, but this time it's all of them. Well, one of them did respond eventually. He's usually the one that I expect to not respond because he doesn't check his messages. He did actually respond, which is unusual. But he responded and none of the others did. So one of them is just, usually we had been playing with 5 of us. One of them is busy a lot at the moment. He doesn't really have time. So him not responding, I'm not that surprised about. He's not got a great... He's borrowing my old laptop to play when he does play, which it's an old one, not the best, so... when he's not playing, it sort of frees us up to do a bit more, which is handy. But shiny! Yeah, the fact that it's just gone radio silence. Oops. Oh. I keep doing the pressing the stick thing. Well, that's 5, so that's not terrible. Can I get a 6th in the next 10 minutes? It will be about 10 minutes. I think the sandwich ends before that, but whatever. So I'm not too sure if this is the... So I think I didn't really start with the best strategy on the stream with the running around thing. I should have just thought about it with the picnic reset as the way to go. Don't do that, do that. So this does seem to be resetting them a lot quicker, but... So probably... I'm not sure if this is better or worse than last week's location. So we haven't got as many shinies, but... Did I just get lucky last week? So I've already got at least one from each sandwich today, so... It's doing better than some of my other streams. So 6 would be nice, 7 would be great. If we can sort of keep up that pace, then hopefully it won't be too long before I get a 3 segment. Would be nice if I got a 3 segment today. Although I then wouldn't know what to do going forward, but I'll have to work that out. I might do one session of trying Tandem Mouse just to see how well it works. You know, and I might fluke it and get a shiny. That is a 3, family of 3. But that one's going to be harder to do with an outbreak to boost it, because they're so hard to spot. I would need to kill them, or to knock them out with my buddy, in order to check them properly, in order to find the shinies, which, in an outbreak, the outbreak would just end. The outbreak would definitely just end if I tried that. I just hit save, you stupid idiot. Just, why'd I do that? I don't know. But, yeah, so we're getting there. So it would be nice to get 3 segments soon. So I've got at least 30 I've done now. With previous ones, I've probably got like another half a dozen I've checked for now. So I'm probably getting towards the 50 mark in total, at a guess. So could work. Could be getting close to getting a shiny E3 segment. No. Trying to speed up a little bit, but they're still spawning in, so they don't quite spawn in quick enough, which is a little bit annoying. So I have a feeling, because I was scaring them away over by that cliff, more Pokemon were spawning at the top of the cliff, and that may have been taking the shiny chance when I started off. I may have missed some shinies because of that, but I wasn't checking up the top of the cliff, and it's be a pain in the arse to have to keep climbing up there every time. This probably isn't the best location to do this. If that cliff opposite wasn't there, this would be so much better. Just the cliff behind me being able to picnic reset is great. So I didn't even think of it when I started. But so that preventing anything from spawning behind me, nothing's going to spawn down there because it's in the Team Star base. So I can just focus on just in front of me and limiting that focus is really useful for a hunt like this. But, so Sandwich and Outbreak I would have thought would get more shinies. Oh, the sandwich is about to end. That's annoying. Well, see if I can get one more reset in before it ends. Probably not. No. Well, I've still got the outbreak going, so I've still got a couple minutes or something. Could still spawn, but I've probably got a few minutes before I get cooled down, so I might as well quickly evolve this one I just caught, which is number 5 for the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So the 5th one for the stream. Let's see if I get lucky. Drill Run, Yawn, and Hyper Drill. I'm just... whatever. No, no luck. Well. I can still sandwich picnic reset for a couple more minutes just to try my luck. I'm not being cooled down straight away, so I guess that's an added advantage of doing these outbreaks. They all seem to be running away from me. But yeah, so next stream will be Wednesday, playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. As I haven't got a shiny 3 segment today, I'll be continuing this shiny hunt again next Monday. Assuming my circumstances don't change or I don't have something else come up, or I'm not ill, so there's all of those things could change my plans. Unless, long shot, unless they, Pokemon Company announce a event that's more interesting. So if they announce a Tandem Mouse event, I would probably just switch over to do that. I might even do extra streams to do that, to take advantage of it. But yeah, so I'll be continuing to do a little bit of shiny hunting off stream, so I might go back to my breeding. I might do some more unknown hunting, so I'm up to 17 in total caught, 12 different, plus a few that I'd already got from previous games, which I don't think I've overlapped with yet. But, yeah, so I'll do a bit of shiny hunting off stream, sort of give updates on that. So I could also do doing some evolutions to properly fill out the living decks. Oh yeah, I don't think I actually mentioned no, I did mention I got the Shuri, didn't I? Yeah, I mentioned that earlier in the stream. Yeah, so I'm just left with unknown to hunt for on Legends Arceus. Shuffle everything else around to try and fill up the living decks on Pokemon Home. So I might, if I get started a little bit earlier next week, I might do a quick run through of where I'm at, just as an update, to show everything. So there are a few Pokemon that I've been thinking about transferring over from Pokemon Go There's a few Pokemon that I've got as placeholders already, which I want to replace at some point, but for the time being, I'll just be sort of showing them as they are. So it'll be obvious which ones I want to replace, because I'll have a big Go sticker on them. Yeah, I'll give any updates, any progress I make. So I'll try and replace the starters, just to get those cleared out. That way I'll have nothing left to do on Scarlet and Violet at all, once I get the awkward hunts done. I may even just start doing tandem mouse hunts off stream once I'm done with the starters breeding. Just try my luck. So I'm not too sure how good that will be as a streamable hunt. But yeah, I'll be getting on with that. I'm surprised I still haven't been called downstairs. Running out my time just during the last resets just to try my luck, because I have got shinies at the very end of the stream before now. But yeah, so probably repeating myself at this point. Back on shiny hunting for Dudunsparce next Monday. There's the call downstairs. Yeah, so continuing with this shiny hunt for 3-segment Dudunsparce on Monday. This Wednesday I'll be back on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, continuing the story of that. And I'll then be doing that again at the same time following week. And yeah, so these VODs will all be uploaded to YouTube, so you can check me out on there. You can drop me a subscribe or whatever to see when I've uploaded VODs. So I'm not doing too much editing at the moment, as I don't really think there's the call for it. And so I might do a, once I'm done with this Dudunsparce hunt, I might do a sort of mega edit of all the encounters sort of thing, just to sort of have that record. But that won't be up for a while at the moment, so I'll need to actually finish this hunt first before I even think about doing that. Yeah, and as I am being called downstairs, I am just going to give another quick reset and probably call it a day. So I'll be back on Wednesday for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Monday for this, so drop me a follow on Twitch if you want to know when I get next go live, or you can watch the VODs on YouTube. I've got links to both on each, so if you want to find me on one or the other, it's easy to do so. You can also, if you want to get in touch with me for anything, drop me a message on Discord, so I've got a link in my profile for that. Don't actually know if I put that on YouTube. You can see that on Twitch. You can also just add me as Dragon11, same username, same icon, so nice and easy to identify if you've got the right person. But excuse me. Yeah, until then, thanks for watching. This will be funny if I get a shiny off this last reset. So thanks for watching, and I will see you around.